Thank you.
Are you hooked up? Are you hooked up to the Wi-Fi at all?
Yeah, I'm out of connect to it right now.
Oh, okay,
Actually,
because it's not coming
yeah.
through.
Okay, that's a bet.
I can hear Raina giving a voice lesson. She's going, ha 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 ha. You're still glitchy, man.
I got you.
You're still, and you're not coming through. Oh, it's starting to clear up. Can you give me a test? See how it's going?
You hear me?
I can hear you, but it's cutting out.
See.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How about now?
Yeah, you actually sound better.
Now you're low on your end now. I can't hear you on your end. You're very, very low.
I'm low. You can't hear me.
Yeah, like you're low, low.
Oh, how about now? I'm getting closer. I'm
There we
really.
go.
You can hear
There we
me.
go.
It's better.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. And you're not glitchy.
Yeah, we sounded good. We sounded good. Then
Yeah,
we got
right
some
on,
money.
right on. Okay. Oh, he left. He's out. We figured the glitch in the matrix. We did. Well, he left. There we go. He's back. He's back.
There we go.
All right. Well, let's get this going then, shall we? Shall we get this going?
Yeah, for sure, man.
All right, everybody, please put your hands together for today's guest, Really Ross. Let's go. There he is. There he is.
What it do, man?
Hey,
Hey y'all, man. How y'all? Shout out to We Speak English, man. Shout out to y'all, man.
hey. Thank you, mighty, for the Ric Flair. Appreciate that.
Y'all for
Yeah.
having me.
Thank you so much for doing this, man, and I appreciate you reaching out. And I'm happy to talk to you. Now, are you were out of DC?
Yeah, definitely from the city, man. Shout out to Washington D.C., man. That's where I'm from, Southeast, man. Shout out to everybody, Northwest, Southeast, Southwest. You know
That's
what I
love.
mean? It's all love, man. Definitely from the city, though. Um, everybody know it as Chocolate City. You know what I mean? Back in the day, you know what I mean. So we try and keep that vibe going with the music. You know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? Good music up and guns down.
Oh yeah, I feel that, man. I feel that. That was did you grow up in the city in parts where there was a lot of violence going on?
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, man, I grew up from a child on up to right now to the day, man. I grew up in it. You know what I mean? And where I'm from, man, in the city, man, you know, you just gotta learn how to, move a certain type of way, man. You want to make sure you get back to your family. You know what I mean? If you want that certain type of lifestyle, but sometimes, it come to you. You know what I mean? At school, you know what I mean? You get a lot of bullies. You know what I mean? You get a lot of people. They just got the wrong thing on their mind. You know what I mean? And it's surrounded by a lot of people that got the right thing on their mind. So you just gotta, you know what I mean, have a close relationship, you know what I mean, with I say with God, and you know what I'm saying, just be on your P's and Q's, man, at all times.
Yeah. Yeah, it does it. My brother from another mother, Jaza 6000 is in the chat. That's
Shout out to Jason, man.
Hey, shout out. Thank you, Jaza, for being here. I appreciate you coming through. We have a question from the chat here from our mod, actually.
Sure.
Is there any sports that you follow in the DC area?
Any sports? Oh man, yeah, man. Shout out to my high school, Friendship Collegiate Academy. They doing good out there. I heard them boys, the high school, man. They still keeping up the nights. They still doing good, man. Shout out to another good known school, Dunbar. You know what I mean? Cardozo, all y'all, man. Anacostia, man. Whether good or bad, you know what I mean? It's a lot of talent, you know what I mean? That's in DC, Washington, DC, that's looked or overlooked.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
our Robbie is from DC, and he actually does a sports podcast of his own. So, and he wants to know if there's any pro sports team that you like.
Pro sports teams. Oh man. Oh man. Uh, well, for far as basketball, man, if we're gonna go ahead out there, I'm gonna go ahead and say the Mavericks. You know what I mean? I know we got set down early, but it's a lot of potential there with them guys, man. So I'm also like to almost run with the underdogs, man. As far as football, you know what I mean? Might get a lot of feedback, Pittsburgh Steelers though. You know what I mean? I like
Oh,
them Pittsburgh boys, man. As far as the Redskins, man, I'm from DC, you know what I mean? So it's forever the Skins, you know what I mean? I'm forever rep my boys, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna take away from my Redskins fans. I'm definitely from a Washingtonian, you know what I mean? It's just a separate conversation when it comes down to them, man. They hit you they hit you right here sometimes, man. And make you hurt. It hurt.
oh, he said yikes. We got J Do YCN
Jado.
Jado.
Shout out
Welcome.
to Jado, man. If that's what I think it is, I can't see nobody if y'all write me, man. But he a good engineer, man, coming out of Washington, D.C. You know what I mean? You can find him at Blueprint Studios, man. I get that boy his flowers.
Oh, okay. Oh, you said likes about Pittsburgh, but loves that he likes the Redskins. So there you go. There you
Yeah.
go. Man, you
Appreciate
guys are still going by the Redskins? Like they haven't changed that yet? Isn't that?
Man, they changed them. They changed the name, man, but that ain't gonna make a difference, man. You
Oh, the
know what I mean?
Commanders. Now you're the
The
Command.
Commanders, yeah,
Okay.
the Commanders.
It's a
I'm always formally known as the Redskins.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody's changing their thing. What do you think about that? What do you think about these sports teams changing their names to
man. It's all about it's all about, I mean, just like in life, if I could relate it to life, you know what I mean, about changing things, you get what I'm saying? It's always about, having a plan. You get what I'm saying? It's always about, having a certain type of momentum. You feel me? So hey, if I feel like we need to change the name, you know what I mean, and do whatever else we doing, you know what I mean, on the back end behind the scenes, like, hey, let's do it. You get what I'm
mm,
saying? So I mean, changing the name, it's I wouldn't say that'll make a player greater, but it could give a player, I don't know, man, something to look forward to hold down. You know what I mean? Like
mm,
we changed his name, now we about to hold it down. So just like in life, you know what I mean? You change something, you know what I mean, for the better. You know what I mean? The initial intent is for the better. So
yeah.
you just gotta hold it down.
Yeah, and whether or not you like Commanders as a name or not, I think
Yeah.
Moving Dutchman, thank you so much for gift subbing Robbie a sub. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. No, it's like a lot of people got mad about it, and I think I don't think it's. I think it's just fine, like because Redskins was changed because Native Americans, were upset, and this is this old antiquated name, and
Yeah.
there was a couple other ones that happened, right? That there was a couple other
Yeah.
teams that did it, and I get it, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just updating the name, right? Like times have
Yeah, for
changed.
sure.
We don't refer to Native Americans as Redskins anymore. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
So
Nah, for sure.
so yeah, I mean, I'm with you, man. It's you just change it with the times. You just gotta
Yeah,
hold it
yeah,
down, man.
definitely.
So tell me about how did you get into music? How did you start getting into music and doing what you do?
Oh man, I was always around the music, man. The music for me started through church. You know, I grew up going to church, man. You know what I mean, and I still believe in God to this day.
Hmm.
So it started in church. You know what I mean. I go there and I listen to the choir. For some reason, it's like the choir, man, and the dudes playing the instruments always caught my attention. You know what I mean, and never neglect the word of God. You know what I mean. But that actually made me want to go to church. You know what I mean, because I like the music. You know what I mean. Of course, friends and family. And then as life went on, I found myself, actually learning how to play the keyboard, you know what I mean, with a couple guys that taught me, you know what I mean, and a couple people that taught me in the church and outside the church, and I started getting more active into it, man. So then I progressed, and I'm like, hey, I want to learn a percussion. So I started learning how to play the drums, and I played the drums. I felt like I was doing good with the drums, and then eventually I was like, man, I feel like I want to take this somewhere, you know. And I went several obstacles, you know, in the music way with it. You know, I went to a studio. Shout out to John P, man. My first studio that I ever stepped foot in, man. It was called More Than Rap back then, man. Shout out to John P on that, man. Good dude. He engineered too, coming out the city, man. But yeah, man, I was in there and I was just supporting people then. You know, people rapping, music videos. I was their bodyguard for real, for real. You see the structure. You look at me, you like, hold up, man. Like, you rapping? Like, what you doing, man?
Let's go.
So, you know, it started from there, man. I'm just a big support addict, man. I just support my good people, man. You know what I mean? Black-owned companies, everything, man. I'm with it. You know what I mean? I'm all for it, man.
Yeah.
You know, so it went from there. And the next thing you know, like a couple years later, man, I was like, man, I feel like I want to make music. I feel like I got a story to tell, you know, and I always wanted to make my music, you know, give my best in every session, you know, no matter where I started. Every artist or rapper, or whatever y'all consider yourself, you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's a rapper and an artist, you know what I mean? I wanted to give myself something that I could be relative to, you know what I mean? And then, you know, once I felt the urge to, hey, man, I want the world to hear this, you know what I mean? I started putting my music out, you know what I mean? And after that, man, you know, it was to the moon, man. You know, people shoot for the stars, I shoot for the moon, you know. So I definitely try to, you know, put my all into my music, man.
Yeah. So you got your start in music in the church, and
Yeah, yeah.
and you went to like a Baptist church.
Christian. I'm a Christian. I went to a Christian church. You know, yeah, what is it? Non-traditional.
Non-denominational. Gotcha.
Non-denominational. Yes, yeah. I'm not in the setting like I used to be. You know what I mean? I just keep my one-on-one
Yeah.
relationship with God. You know, things of that nature.
Yeah, I know. I feel you, man. Like, it is weird how much religion and pop culture has been. It almost seems like Christianity in particular has taken a beating from, like, especially from popular culture. When you see like people like I don't know, like Travis Scott, right? Like
Yeah,
he
yeah,
had his Astro World where he has like all this demon and devil imagery, and I
yeah,
think even The Weeknd has like some weird segment in his show where he's talking about Satan
yeah.
and stuff. What do you think about that in pop culture when you see artists who are sort of embracing these satanic imagery and such?
I say to each his own for one. You know what I mean? I leave the judging part up to God. You know what I mean? But as far as that, like, uh, what you do, and what you represent, you know what I mean, can play a big effect depending on your role in life. You know, so if a lot of people are sitting up here watching this stuff, you know, first of all, in order for you to believe, in order for you to have to, you know, those things may be coming your way, you have to believe in it some way, form, or fashion. So I ultimately believe in God. So, but those things that they're doing, you know, it's like it could be for an image, you know, you will never know. It could be for entertainment, you know, because there's so many people, so many individuals in this world that can relate to that, you know what I mean, or that want to see that. You get me? And you know, a lot of things drive music, you know, so you know, those guys, man, you know, that's what they earn, you know, whether they in it or not, you know, they're partaking in it some way, form, or fashion. So I mean, I just say, man, that's what they do, man. That's what they do, man. I that ain't me. I ain't gonna I ain't gonna promote that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hey,
So you're saying you wouldn't incorporate that into your imagery or anything like that
oh,
as
not
an
at
artist?
all, not
Yeah.
at all, man. That's not even the type of music I make. You know,
Even
I try to make
yeah.
my own music. I try to be the trend and set a trend. You know, so you know, I won't promote that at all, man. I don't care how much money it was offered to me. You know,
Mm.
it's just as well as you seeing me, somebody else seeing me. You know, so it's
Yeah.
things like that nature. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you, man. It's like who knows if they're
Yes.
actually into it or not. It's just
Yeah, man.
it's been a part. Well, I mean, if you think about it, it's been a part of popular culture for a long time, even from like Alice
Yeah,
Cooper, Marilyn Manson. You know, like
yeah,
all these cats have always sort of had that imagery, whether or not they believe in it is a different thing. They're just sort of putting on a show. Although
yeah. Entertainment.
Alice Cooper did come out and say that he is stepped away from that kind of imagery and that kind of behavior, and he's become more in his faith. So there you go,
Okay.
Alice Cooper. There he is. Good for Alice Cooper. How old were you when you started like putting out music?
Oh man, this was about 3 years ago actually.
Oh, okay.
I jumped into the scene. I felt confident enough to like release my music on platforms
Mm.
3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Wow.
shout out to United Masters, first platform I ever used, man. And then after that, you know, as you grow more, as you learn more, you know, you progress more. There is wisdom as well. So shout out to DistroKid where I'm at right now, you
Okay.
know, and I'm making further advances and doing further things that I could, you know, I could eventually leave that platform and go to another distribution platform. But things work out on both platforms.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, those distribution platforms are they're all pretty good. There is one that I don't like. There's one where you have to pay like a monthly service fee, which that bothers me.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know. Is that how
yeah.
DistroKid is? Is that?
Yeah, definitely distro, man. You know, they want that money, man. You know,
Well, that's what
they want that money.
I don't like about it. I do like CD Baby. I use CD Baby, and it's like one
Yeah,
fee. You pay like I don't know. You pay like $100 or something. And you can put an album out, and it's like you don't have to pay anymore. It's a one time fee. I don't like that
yeah,
monthly
yeah. That's how
payment.
distro kid is,
Oh,
man.
okay,
Distro the
okay,
same way.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, man.
If you don't mind, how old are you?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely 33, man.
Okay.
33 years old, man. Me a baby girl. You know, God blessed me with a baby girl in the
Oh,
world. So definitely 33 and
hell
father.
yeah!
You know, I'm a
Congratulations.
man of many roads, man. Thank you.
Of course, of
Appreciate
course.
that.
Yeah, man. I got a
Appreciate that.
boy. I got a little 9 year old. How old's your daughter?
Okay. Yeah, she's one, turning two.
Oh shit! You got a brand new baby girl. Oh, that's
Yeah,
great,
yeah, man.
man. Hell yeah, hell yeah!
Yeah.
Congratulations, man. That's
Lord, Lord, man.
bringing
Lord,
another
Lord, man.
spirit into the world. That's what we're here for. Um,
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Now like so you got into the game 3 years ago, and like
Yeah.
do you feel that 30 is kind of late in the game to get into it?
I want to say, it's late. Actually, age and age really don't. I don't think age defines a person.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you got little kids that's trending. You know, and who knows how far that'll go. You know, a perfect example is Bow Wow. Not too many people talk about him, but his hustle and his work ethic was ever since he was a child, and a lot of other rappers. But you know, my era, you know, a lot of people could relate to that. You know,
Yeah.
so I respect Bow Wow hustle and his work ethic, man.
Well,
You know, so,
he does have the rap chips, right? Doesn't he have his own rap chips out
yeah,
there?
man, you got a lot going on behind the scenes, man. And that's how I am, man.
Hell
That's
yeah.
how I'm continuing to be, man.
What do you do what's your day job?
Oh man, my day job, man. Right now, you know, I'm definitely putting my all into my music right now.
Mm,
So my day job, you know, it just consists of me, you know, being a chef. You know what I mean? You know,
nice.
cooking up some good food and stuff like that, man. You know, I've been working a few nice restaurants throughout the DMV. You know, so I do that to fund my career. You know, and Distro Kid. You know what I mean? And a lot of other places. You know that I try to put my money. You know, to get a nice little check. You know what I mean? To keep it going. You know what I mean? Help the family. You know what I mean? Continue to help me myself grow. You know, as a man and as an artist. So, you know, a lot of things. You know, out of my hands. So I do a lot of side work, man. That you know what I mean? That'll get me through, man. You know what I mean? And I can sit back and I'll be proud of the income.
Hell yeah, man. I'm a cook
Yeah,
too, man. That's awesome.
for real.
Yeah,
That's all right.
yeah, I like it. I
That's all
like
right.
cooking, man.
Yeah.
I'm good at it, and because I was just working, I was a musician for like 7 or 8 years, and then the
Okay
pandemic
then.
came and shit got all weird in my area. So I just got a
Yeah.
regular job working as a cook, man, and I really enjoy
Yeah.
cooking, man.
Yeah.
Is there like a certain type of food you like to cook?
Man, I wouldn't say certain. I like cooking everything, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You know, that cooking, man, it's just like my music, you know,
Hmm.
it's peaceful, you know. I get to be creative, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I get to, you know, try some new things out, you know, recipes, seasonings, sauces, all type of things, man. So, I don't put it on Instagram like that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But I ultimately love cooking, man. Just like I love my music, man. It's peaceful, man. Like I say, you just be creative with it, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Robbie was saying in chat, so many people who love to make music love to cook. Interesting to see the relationship. I agree. And you know what
perfect
I've
recipe.
yeah, exactly, because you're constantly putting stuff together, right?
Yeah, certainly.
It's like because cooking is like putting together puzzles in a way, and like
Yeah,
making
certainly.
music, making songs are like putting together puzzles and
Trial and error.
putting it together, whipping it up. You know what
There
else
you
I've
go.
noticed? Like, why are so many angry people attracted to cooking too? Like, have you noticed that? It's always like ex drug addicts and like angry assholes.
It's a it's a it's a coping mechanism, man. Like,
Mm,
everybody cope different too, man. So a lot of people, even in jail, man, shout out to anybody that's in there right now. Everybody, I'm pretty sure anybody that's been through that know how it feel to be in there. But it's a lot of creativity behind them balls, man, behind them bars. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, at the end of the day, like cooking, it's I think it's a perfect like coping mechanism or whatever word you want to put from it, because it could ultimately, bring out, it feel like it bring out the best in you, you know what I mean?
mm,
And a lot of things, tasteful, seeing the people, their reactions to good food, or just like their reactions to good music, you know what I mean? It's just it just go together, man.
mm.
It's
Yeah.
just meant for each other, like a relationship.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
man, jail fucking sucks. I've been to jail before. It is not the business at
it
all.
definitely
So
suck,
shout
man.
out.
Unfortunately, it
Uh,
definitely suck, man.
did you have you spent some time in jail before?
Yeah, unfortunately, man. Yeah, free a couple of my brothers in there, man. Free my brothers, man. They in there right now, man.
Mm,
Them people, man. But yeah, unfortunately, man, it's a place where you really want to be, and it's really gonna make you or break you. You
yeah.
get what I'm saying? So you ultimately want to get the best outcome. You know what I mean? And don't want to keep people staying silent.
Yeah, no, it's definitely one of those things, man. Jail is just it fucking sucked.
Hey, man,
Ugh,
I don't care how you get locked up, man. You in there, man. You just like, dang.
you right? My ass has just gotten caught doing dumb shit. But I was younger.
Yeah, tell me about
Is when you're young, you kind of don't think about the consequences, right?
it.
You're
Yeah,
just
I'm
like in
telling
it, just trying to survive and shit.
you. You in it. You in it, man.
Yeah. No. So
It's hard to
what?
get. It's easy to get in and hard to get out. I tell you that much.
It's true though, and then it's crazy to think about how many people go back to jail. Like recidivism, like the rates are crazy because it's like once you
Yeah,
go in, and especially if you get labeled as a felon or something, which is so shitty.
yeah,
It's the
yeah,
rudest
man.
shit. Is
You got to
the
find ways around it.
well, I mean, like they take away your right to have a gun, they take away your right to vote, like so
Yeah,
you don't have a say on what's in your own environment, and you don't have a right to
yeah, man.
protect yourself and your property. It's like it's such a rude ass thing to do to somebody, especially if they serve their time. If they come out and you still slap them with this forever. Uh, label that as a felon. I mean, because it fucks up your ability to get jobs and shit. It's awful
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
does to people, man. And then
yeah,
so then you're backed into this corner where, well, I can't get a job because I'm a felon. What am I gonna
yeah,
do? Well, I know what I could do. I could go back
yeah,
to committing crimes because I know I can get paid because that's the thing that because the government has labeled you as unusable is basically what
yeah,
they do, and then you're
yeah.
back out
Pretty much.
selling drugs or robbing or whatever it is that you did. My ass was selling drugs and being violent, but it
Hey,
was
man. Thank God I got out of that, man.
hey.
Hey, man. Got out of that, man. Thank God for that one, man. I tell you no lie. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, and I didn't, I grew up partly in the hood and partly in the suburbs. So like I've gotten to
Yeah.
see both sides of it and how much of it can be a trap, man. And it's
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's hard, like when you're born in a certain neighborhood, it's you all you see around you is like, houses are shitty, like the school sucks, like there's nothing for people to do afterwards. It's just like
Yeah, unfortunately.
yeah,
You
it's
know what I mean? That's why I feel like, a lot of artists that made it, you get what I'm saying? I really, take my hat off to the people that have done something. You get what I'm saying? And being from Washington D.C., it's a lot of good, it's a lot of bad, it's a lot in between, man. So I really feel as though that anybody that made it, or anybody that's, try to make moves for them to make it, come back to the city, come back and give back, not just come back and show off. You get what I'm saying? And I feel as though people need to come back and be active, be proactive, because that's what I'm gonna do. You
mhm.
get what I'm saying? It's little things like this, like I'm speaking to you. You get what I'm saying? And we speak, English good. We on here, we podcasting, and just as well as we don't have a million followers or a million views, it's certain things we got to take, things we got to do in life in order to get where we going. You get what I'm saying? So, those guys, man, I just want them to remember, where they came from. You feel me? And help
Mhm.
the next person that's coming up.
Hell yeah. Oh, that's
Oh yeah.
what I love about like Killer Mike and Ti and the Atlanta scene down there, because
Oh yeah.
they made it and they have money, but they're investing back in the communities where they came from, and not just
Oh yeah.
moving out to Beverly Hills or wherever, and just becoming, separating themselves. They've actually
Yeah.
gone. They started business in their neighborhoods.
Yeah.
They funded businesses in their neighborhoods. they
Yeah.
they they just do everything they can to build it up, and I think that's
Yeah.
beautiful, man. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
coming from shitty neighborhoods, it's like like you want to escape it, but then
Oh yeah.
it's just a whole nother generation who has to deal with that. And why not try to help
Yeah.
progress it? But
Yeah, man. I can never be satisfied with things being the same
man,
20, 30 years later. If I could do something about it, man, I'm gonna do it, man. You
yeah,
know what I mean? I definitely want to be a big staple of my community.
isn't that fucked
And
up too? How it'll be like that for 30 years? Like there's neighborhoods
yeah.
in my town here that I grew up in that still like just only gotten worse.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man.
And like
Oh
nobody's
yeah,
doing
man.
shit about it. Like our politicians don't do shit about it, and it's like
Yeah. I'm
it,
pretty sure it's a lot that you gotta go through, you know what I mean, to get these specific things done that's like trademark monumental, like big, you know what I mean? But it's to us, but not to them.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's still a lot of things that you gotta go through, that you gotta do to get it done. But you get what I'm saying? Like, you can start somewhere. You feel me? We don't always gotta catch that big fish, man. Go ahead and catch that little tilapia, you know what I mean, until we get to that big old salmon. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That big old man, big old catfish, man. But yeah, definitely, man. The music ultimately controls the world. In some way, shape, form, or fashion. Music has become like everything to me, man. Everybody got their own story. Everybody got what they've been through. You know what I mean? When they enter into it, they feel like they want to give off a story. You know what I mean? Some people, they just want to hit themselves when they first came out, and I was one of them. You know what I mean? Dang, how I sound? How can I sound? You get what I'm saying? What can I feed off? Who can I listen to and not sound like them? You know what I mean? How can I put my own swag on things? So music is definitely big, man, and it's definitely a patient out for the universe, man. Man, the world. That's what make the world go around too, man. Love and music, man. It stand from people back in the day, Marvin Gaye, you know what I mean, and all those good folks, man. Ron Isley, you know what I mean, and people that really changed music, you know what I mean, and really is a big staple, on music, man. So I listen to them guys growing up, man, to the music like why I make today. You know what I mean? I listen to who else? I grew up listening to my grandmother, man. She played Luther Vandross, man. The holiday tape, you know what I mean? Its own music, you know what I mean? Regular music, the Marvin Gaye era, Kim era, you know what I mean? Growing up listening to LL Cool J, and, you know what I mean? Jay-Z, you know what I mean? Shout out to Jay-Z, man. He'll forever be one of the best top lyricists in my book, you know what I mean? No
Yeah,
matter what people say about him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, like the thing about how Jay-Z operates, like when he's writing music, is just insane. Like the dude is definitely a
same,
genius. Like he doesn't write anything down. He's just always off the cuff. Like
the same.
he's just making hits off the cuff,
Man,
bro.
man,
He's just like making it hits as he goes along. He's just making it up as he goes along and hits. It's just okay.
man.
All right, Jay-Z.
Man, he'll sit there and tell you, man. He told you what he saying. God did, man. He said, "Thanks to the lawyers, I marveled before you." You know what I mean? Like he it's like his wordplay is ridiculously stupid. You get what I'm saying? It's stupid, man. You know,
Yeah, man.
and you know it's when you listen to it, it make you want to be better as an artist. You know, it make you want to, you know what I mean, make your vibe stronger. You know what I mean, and pick up, you know what I mean, and pick up some good pieces that they left off because they left us. That's why they there. You know what I mean, for someone to look up to. You know what I mean, someone to gain and grow, and put your own spin onto it, man. You know that, and that's what I'm trying to do. I don't want to be labeled as a DMV artist. I mean, a DMV rapper. You know what I mean? Because I'm an artist. You know, I make all type of music, man. I got all type of music. You get what I'm saying, for everybody. You know what I mean? From pop music all the way and in between, all the way up to like a cookout music. You get what I'm saying? So I make all type of music, man. Different lanes. Definitely try to be versatile as much as I can for the women, for the ladies. You know, what they call trap soul music or pain or you know what I mean, trap music. You know, playlist music. And be riding, man. I make a lot of music. You know what I mean? That it's a vibe. I'm a real vibing person. You know, so I try to make my music that way as well.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We got another question from the chat. Um, were you actually born in DC?
Oh
And
yeah, definitely.
and then have you ever lived anywhere else other than DC?
Yeah, I lived a couple places, man. I lived in Baltimore. I've lived in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, man. I lived in all over the DMV, pretty much. You know, so everywhere where I moved or everywhere where I worked or gained a friend, you know what I mean, or a fellow or a brother, you know what I mean, or a sister, you know what I mean. I try to give off the much real as I can. You know, that's why I put really in front of my name. You know what
Because
I
you're really
mean?
Russ. Hell yeah,
That's all
man.
I know how to do is be real, man.
So
You know,
your last releases, what was that? Tell Me
yes.
and Nighttime. Those are your no, that's not your latest.
90 days.
What? Let me see. Hold on. I'm looking at your YouTube, so I don't know if you have your
Yeah.
latest releases on your YouTube.
Yeah, I do. I got 90 days. 90 days was my last release.
Hmm.
90 days. Y'all can find that on all music platforms, man. 90 days, the number 9, the number 0, and then days behind that, man. That's my last release. That right there, that song right there, man, is every song that I make, you know, it stems from a chapter of my life. Um, literally every song. You know, when I go into that booth, man, I go into the studio, man. Um, it's on how I feel. You know, it's nothing ever set. It's nothing, you know, me never trying to, you know, preset the stage or anything. You know, I just get at people, you know, how I feel, you know, what I'm going through or, you know, something that you could look forward to. You get what I'm saying? And, whatever that you going through that you can get out of that. You get what I'm saying? So my that 90 days, man, you know, it was a previous situation, you know what I'm saying, that definitely, you know what I mean, hit me the most, hit me the hardest, you know. And I seen a lot of fake, I seen a lot of real, people they say people only there for you when you up. You get what I'm saying? And I don't believe in that. You know, I've been down, down all the way down in life, you know what I mean? And it was people there for me that I never once thought that they'd be there for me, you know. So 90 days is basically a chapter of my life, man, that I've been through here presently, you know what I mean, and previously, you know. So if you got it, you know what I mean, get the people a little sound of that junk, man.
Here we go. Here we go. I got it.
Um,
I was having a hard time finding it, but it was only because of the way I was searching. All right, let me see.
now
Hold
you
on.
good.
Which one is it? Oh, I see. It's right here. All right. Let's listen to 90 Days and then we'll come back.
You got that. You got that. Y'all check out 90 Days, man. Go download that, man. Go stream that right now, y'all.
All right, check it out, and I'll drop in the chat.
Adrian made it so it's major, huh?
I've been coolin', but I know some out the way on some other shit. Gotta thank the Lord for what he did, get them cases dismissed. And then what I do, turn around, land it in the trap with COVID masks, got other miss. Niggas stirring shit. Did a show, my brother came. But that trap life, I couldn't let them get too close to it. Only the family knows.
Mama Denise, man.
The AR got a stick, long as mama grocery list.
This is not
me
right there, man. Shout out to
advice a
Mama
nigga gave me,
Denise,
would you better think twice? Probably the same reason I keep saying them prayers at night. That junkie wanted a harder hit from the ice, but he died from that food. Mama, this ain't your fault, but I had a hard time growing up. I try to move forward, but this pain try and catch up. Having conversation with myself saying don't let up. Told Brody bigger than them situations, just try something else. I got a daughter, shit be different now. And know when I get to see her, she gon' give me a bigger smile. Things been telling how it's coming around. You don't know how I feel inside. Had to change my life, cause back then I was living really foul. I've been coolin', but I know some out the way on some other shit. Gotta thank the Lord for what he did, get them cases dismissed. And then what I do, turn around, landed in the trap with COVID masks, got other miss. Niggas stirring shit. Did a show, my brother came. But that trap life, I couldn't let them get too close to it. Only the family know associates. Only the family know associates. 90 days, trapped it out, thought I'd never see that. That's just a stepping stone in my life, like I'm walking up steps. How you say you feel dead when you ain't never met death? I motivate my niggas like I'm motivating myself. Couple talks with God got me out of that dance with the devil. She tried to end her life with them pills, but it wasn't left. Caught myself behind them bars, God tried to show me a lesson. I'm trying hard to make it so I can make a way to pay for my brethren. They're like, brother. Loyalty over family. Know that? Family hurt you. That love will hurt you. Better do that. I'm being loyal to the ones you love. Ain't no way you can hurt you.
Boom. There it is, 90 days.
It's 90 Days right there. Y'all, hope y'all like that, man. Hope y'all, man, enjoy listening to that song, man.
Jayza wants
Y'all find that
Keisha.
on all streaming platforms, man.
And I just dropped in the chat, y'all. If you guys want to listen to that, you can check it out. You can also, if you're listening to this on the audio end, please make sure you go into the show notes and support Russ here because he's out here making music. And y'all need to listen to it. What's Keisha? What's Keisha? Is
That's
that
all right? Shout out.
is
Keisha?
that
Oh yeah. Keisha.
is that a new song? Is that a different song?
Keisha. Yeah. That ain't Keisha. Keisha not out yet. Keisha not out yet. The other song I did that's out right now is Down to Business. Shout out to J-Do, man, for producing Down to Business, and shout out to J Keys, man, for producing 90 Days, man. But Down to Business, that's by J-Do. That right there, you know what I mean? Anybody that's been, you know what I mean, on that block, y'all already know what to do, man. You know what I mean? That's what that song for, man. You know what I mean? That's what that song is. You know, everything in there, ain't no cap or no bap in my rap. You know what I mean? Everything law, everything real. You know what I mean? That's why my name really Rush, man. I can't keep telling you that, man. Y'all don't know what's up when I'm out there.
I love it, man. All right, let's listen to Down to Business, and then we'll come back and wrap up with Really Russ. All right, y'all. Check it.
China case, sending my niggas to home invade. Hitting that gas but the floor away. Caught on my case, but his grip was a doorway. I keep in touch, but I stay out of reach. I'm schooling these niggas, you thought that I teach. When I'm getting that head, bitch, don't use your teeth. When I'm pouring that drink, I slow down the business. I want the finer things, hot like a China cake. Sending my niggas to home invade. Hitting that gas, but the floor away. Caught on my case, but his grip was a doorway. I keep in touch, but I stay out of reach. I'm schooling these niggas, you thought that I teach. When I'm getting that head, bitch, don't use your teeth. When I'm pouring that drink, I slow down the business. Let's go. I'm counting them fronts and the back end. GPS on the work, so ain't no trade. Got put on a pick bet, put you on gas. Got a glick and the shit got fully attacked. Go gas to the ditch, man, you niggas better tap. Man, I knew you weren't ready, boy, how you get wrapped in? I'm with the gang and we coming from Saxville. Flash shit in my dick with black trim. I'm changing the narrative. How you chill with that nigga, and buy my outfit, then go bury. Go straight to the funeral just to watch him go curry. That nigga washed up, need to use some detergent. When them bags come in, that shit be urgent. Auntie need 51, burn that stamp. When I'm serving them junkies, tell the junkie step in. Run through so much money, had to buy a new bench. I want the finer things, hot like a China cake. Sending my niggas to home invade. Hitting that gas, but the floor away. Caught on my case, but his grip was a doorway. I keep in touch, but I stay out of reach. I'm schooling these niggas, you thought that I teach. When I'm getting that head, bitch, don't use your teeth. When I'm pouring that drink, I slow down the business. I want the finer things, hot like a China cake. Sending my niggas to home invade. Hitting that gas, but the floor away. Caught on my case, but his grip was a doorway. I keep in touch, but I stay out of reach. I'm schooling these niggas, you thought that I teach. When I'm getting that head, bitch, don't use your teeth. When I'm pouring that drink, I slow down the business. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Now get down the business. Yeah, let's go, let's go. Let's go, get on the business. That's right. When I'm getting that head, bitch, don't use your teeth. I'm schooling these niggas, you thought that I teach. Yeah.
There it is. There it
That's
is.
down the business right there, y'all. Man, that's that down the business right there, man. Really, Russ. That's on all platforms. Y'all can go get that, man. Apple Music, iTunes, man. Y'all ain't follow me on Instagram. Y'all can follow me at Really Russ. Everything Really Russ, man. Make sure y'all put that I right there. REALLIRUSS, man. Really Russ, man.
And we're gonna drop that in the chat right now. So everybody in chat, please. And if you're listening on the audio end of this show, please go and click on those links. Make sure you're following Really Russ. Make sure you're listening to his music. Oh, here's his link tree too. Shit. Let's get that link tree.
Yeah, definitely got the link tree up there. I got the live up there. I got We Speak English Good. I definitely got the link tree up there.
Damn, I didn't know you could put multiple links in there. Shit.
Man, hey, I seen that, man. Surfing through other pages, man. I said, hold up, man. All right, now I got some stuff ready to go.
Yeah, man. I just learned something new. Thank you, Russ, for teaching me something new.
Yeah, no question.
So, Russ,
hey, I just got a notification. They said some people that I know they can't comment on something like that. They said they can't comment. I don't know why.
Oh, if they didn't set up an account with Twitch, then they won't be able to say anything. So in order to write anything, you have to have an account. So yeah, Twitch is very, you gotta use their shit if you want to hang out. But you can definitely watch. You can definitely they can definitely see what's going on. They just can't talk.
Yeah, it's all good. Y'all know next time, man, when we go live again, man, y'all know what to do now, man. Y'all know I heard them, man.
Do you do any live performances?
Live performances. I perform like 2 times, man. Shout out to Pure Lounge, man. I perform down there, man. Definitely perform down there, man. You know, so right now I'm definitely, I got a show July 15th, actually. July 15th, man. I ain't gonna disclose the name of the club or the location, but definitely, man, if y'all interested, you know what I mean? Y'all definitely
why can't you disclose the club?
Oh man, because right now it's literally in the process. So once that process is done, it's literally in the process of getting, you know, man, everything getting put together, everything getting set up, you know what I mean, the whole vibe of the place.
Yeah.
You know, but definitely, man, y'all got something to look forward to. I'm gonna be popping out more, you know what I mean? It ain't gonna just be behind that mic, you know what I mean? Y'all just hearing me, I'm gonna be popping out more, you know what I mean, getting more involved. Video shoot coming soon too, man. A lot of unreleased music that I got right now. It's in the vault.
Okay.
I got a new catalog that's about to drop real soon. I got an album that's been cooking. My apologies to everybody if I told y'all I'm about to drop it. It ain't dropped yet, man. It's just a lot of back end things going on, man. A little technical, engineerical. You know what I mean? Hold on, there's a word. It's made up a word. Engineerical difficulties.
That shit, it happens all the time, man. Like I always end up like submitting it too late to like the distributor, and then it just like yeah, or I did it wrong. I distributed it
Yeah,
wrong, or I did something wrong,
yeah.
and it doesn't come out on the day. So it's just,
Nah,
it's all
man, nah,
good,
don't.
man. You know,
Yeah,
people will be forgiving. You just let them know,
yeah,
right? You just let them
yeah,
know.
man. Oh yeah, definitely gotta give him something to run with, and definitely, man.
What
I got you out, man.
do
I got
you
you out. I'm coming.
do you see yourself as someone who do you want to like tour heavily as an artist, or are you somebody who wants to like just make music and stay in one spot and just sort of make it from, just be internet
Um,
artist?
uh, just like where I came from, I I I I'll be selfish. I'll be selfish to myself, not to want to do that. I definitely want to explore the world. I definitely want to be an impact on every state, every city, every town, any building, any area. I want to be a big staple of that, man. I want people to remember really Russ, and I want people to be engaged, with my music and me. It's a couple artists, a lot of artists that you can say, hey, I mess with him, but I don't his music, I don't really, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Or it's a couple artists I don't really mess with Slim, but he be making some good music. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I want to be both, even though everybody's opinionated, to how they feel, So I just want to be both, you know what I mean? I want to be able to say, hey man, he's a cool dude, man, and he make good music, you know what I mean? Tap into him or blah blah blah. You get what I'm saying? So just like I said in one of my songs, I said I put my mind on a plane because I planned on making it. Back in the days, it was risk that I was taking. Say you need that, drop your location. Dropping the pot, paying out Asian. How fly can I be trying to fit the occasion? So when I rap and when I get my music out, man, I really want to paint a picture. You know what I mean? I want you to feel it. You know what I mean? I want you to say, hey man, dang, he painting an image, man. You know what I mean? He could real live flow, you know what I mean, with the meanings. It's words, but it's just like I want to have a meaning, just like a tattoo, you know what I mean, on your body or something. You wanted to have a true meaning, you know what I mean? And that's what I try to give off. I try to every song that I make or every song that's listened to, I want a person to, you know, put themselves in a situation or know someone that they, been in that situation, you know what I mean? Or even if you could just sit in the same seat, you know what I mean, or stand in the same booth that I was in and feel how I felt when I made it, you know what I mean? That's literally every song I try to give my best to, man.
Mm.
Yeah.
Were you always a writer? Did you always like write rhymes, or did you write poetry, or is it
Uh,
all of this like?
it's crazy you asked that, man. So I wrote poetry. I wrote
Mm.
poetry on my downtime.
Mm.
A lot of people don't know that, I wrote poetry, man. It started from just being in the type of world that we in, man. You know what I mean? I always some way try to put all the negativities into a positive thing. No matter what I was going through or going through right now, I always try to make peace of the situation. So it started from poetry, literally, man. I wrote poetry, and I remember I wrote a poem for my grandmother when she left me. We got the Mother's Day, you know what I mean? 2011, you know what I mean? So, and after that, it just like I said, a lot of things that I've been through led up to me being in music now. When I first got into it, man, I felt like I feel like I was gonna make it, and I still have that same gut feeling right now. So, I just try to do what I can, man. Behind the scenes, and put myself on the scene as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure, man.
'cause- yeah.
Um, yeah, there's something about poetry, man. Did you was that something that you kept secret? The you writing poetry from
Yeah, no
people?
one knows that, man. So this the first time I'm actually breathing it out.
Why?
I'm saying that, man. No one knows that. I literally used to write poetry on my downtime. I used to draw too.
Mm.
I had a composition book that was full of pictures. I used to draw cartoons, shoes, like really draw it. You know what I mean? Some people they say they done that. I'm not, taking away from what they did, but what I really did, you know what I mean? What really Russ really did, you know what I mean?
Mm.
I really did it, you know what I mean? Composition full of pictures and stuff, man. So it was always some art always been in me. You know what I mean? Just like my godmother, who's a head of a pastor, Healing House Ministries. You know what I mean? She always told us that it's in you. That gift is in you. It just had to get activated. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
when someone asks me, hey, do you think you can do this? Yeah, I think I can do it. Because my mother always told me anything that I put my mind to it, I can do it. And those words are true more than just someone telling you that. Those are very true words, you know what I mean? That you just got to believe it, you know what I mean? Have a plan. A man without a plan, you know what I mean? He going to fail, you know what I mean? So you just got to have a plan, man, you know what I mean? And know what you want in life and go do it. Give it your best, you know what I mean? I talk about that in my music as well, not giving up, you know what I mean? And I try to hold on as much as I can, man. You know what I mean? Even if it's a prayer, listen to my music, helping somebody along the way. You get what I'm saying? Really, Russ, I'm gonna give you all of me, man. You know what I mean? Because somebody ain't do it for me. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people out here that, you know what I mean, could use, help along the way, man. Life ain't easy. You know what I mean? Life ain't easy, man. You know what I mean? But it ain't hard either. You get what I'm saying? So, you just got to make the best of it. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, I said in my music, I said you put one step in front of I put one step in front of the other like a baby taking steps. You get what I'm saying? So that's all you gotta do is pace yourself. You know what I mean? Just pace yourself. You get what I'm saying? And know that whatever on your mind, you can do it. You get what I'm saying? And if you out here doing negativity going attracts what? Negativity. You get what I'm saying? So those that's the life that you gotta live, and you can look amongst everybody that try to live a certain type of life, and some people made it, and I thank God that I made it. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, and some people, it's fighting. You get what I'm saying? And everybody gonna have their day when they say enough is enough. You know what I mean? And even if it's a song in their mind that they remember, one of their favorite songs, or you know what I mean? If someone could search me and look one of my songs up, you get what I'm saying? I want to be a big effect. You know what I mean? That you know what I mean can ultimately help you through that situation.
Yeah, man, that's beautiful. What
Yeah,
uh,
like,
what what? Why didn't you feel like you could share your poetry with other people growing up?
I was shy growing up.
Hmm.
Just as well as I didn't jump into the music back then, probably was because I was shy. But I
Hmm.
was very supportive, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like I used to always worry about what the next person say or what the next person
Hmm.
think or how they feel. I was big on that, and still am to this day sometimes. Whereas I can overthink the situation, overanalyze it. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And I'm forgetting about me. You get what I'm saying? So I was never a talkative person. When I got locked up and I came home, that's when I became boisterous. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? When I got locked up, that's when you can't be muting that motherfucker. You know what I mean? You got to stand on all 10. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? If you ain't never known nothing about it outside of it, oh yeah, you gonna stand on all 10. You know what I mean? You ain't done it before. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, I learned how to be boisterous. You get what I'm saying? So I had to speak up. I got tired of being quiet. You know what I mean? And I had to definitely, stand on things. You get what I'm saying? And man time, people be like, yo, I'm man time this, man time that. Man time is taking care of your family. Man time is taking care of that brain upstairs. Man time is having a relationship with a God or a higher being, whatever you believe in. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Like shout out to a big home, my big homie. You get what I'm saying? People be like, man, why you got a big homie or you don't need no big homie. My big homie is someone that I look up to as my father. You get
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So it's more than just a role. It's more than just a name. It's more than just a title. It's the role that you play in my life. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And my big homie, you get what I'm saying? He always been there for me to this day. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, everybody that could relate to being hurt. You know what I mean? We've been born in toxicity. You know what I mean? We've been born into it. You know what I mean? It's no way we can run from it. So a lot of ways that we have, a lot of things that we do, you know what I mean? It stems from being born into toxicity, you know what I mean? Growing up into a lot of things, people with trauma, with traumatized, you know what I mean? And sometimes we don't know it. You know what I mean? And it all stems from how we grew up. So you know what I mean? Like I said in my music, I smoke my weed to ease my pain. You can't blame that junkie for his pipe. You get what I'm saying? You can't. You don't know what that man went through, why it drove him to go there and hit that pipe.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Now, nevertheless, you know what I mean? It could be your auntie, your father, your mother. You get what I'm saying? So no matter what that person, crackhead or fiend, whatever, that person means something to somebody else. You get what I'm saying? So the lifestyle that I chose to be in, I chose to be in back then. I never disrespected a human being because they're human at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So that's just my piece. You know what I mean? To each his own. You get what I'm saying? And they love me for that to this day. You get what I'm saying? So You know what I mean? You just gotta remember, man. Everybody needs somebody, man. Sometimes music, you know what I mean. I want to be that person that I'm a million miles away. You feel like you know me. You know what I mean? And know that, hey, man, you're not the only one. I'm gonna continue to say that in my music. You get what I'm saying? You're not the only one. Just hold on. You hear me saying? A lot of holding on and stay strong in my music. You get what I'm saying? So because that's what kept me. You know what I mean? It's to hold on. People, man, I want to do this. I know if I do this, I'm just thankful to see another day. Now everything else that come along with it, I'm already making sure that it's a positive thing. So me ultimately, I'm just thankful to see another day because I know what I've been through. You know what I mean? I know what I'm going through. You get what I'm saying? Good, bad, and different. You get what I'm saying? So music has helped me. I got it tatted on my skin, man. It's somewhere. There you go. Music is life. You know what I
Hell
mean?
yeah.
And what a coincidence. That's a scar going
Scar.
through it.
Yeah.
That ain't no tattoo. That's a scar.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? So that's how my music is my pain. You know what I mean? When I got that scar going through my tattoo, music is life. I ultimately thought my pain is my music. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? So I literally get my pain through my music, man. Each and every time I'm in that booth.
Man, it's better that it comes out in music than in other ways, right? Like, because your pain came out in other ways, obviously, probably in ways that landed you in jail.
Yeah,
I think that's a lot of problems. You know, people just don't have an outlet for their aggression, their anger, their trauma.
yeah.
And so many people have a good reason to be angry and a good reason to, be out,
Oh, yeah.
express it because like you even said it's like sometimes you grow up with this trauma, you don't even realize it and you
Yeah,
don't even know what it is and you're just
yeah,
reacting to this and
yeah,
no one's sitting there trying to tell you it's like, hey, you had a hard time growing up and that's why you're acting like this. It's you're just going
yeah,
off the momentum of your life, and so
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's important. I think another thing that is important out of what you just said is to take the time to step back and realize what you're going through and then finding positive ways to express it.
Uh,
Yeah.
Mill told us, she said, take a step back and then take a step outside of yourself
Mm,
and see how you playing yourself.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you always got to reevaluate you, the situation. My mother always told me, man, it starts and it ends with you. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, no matter if you was right or wrong, you know what I mean? Me speaking on brothers, me speaking on manhood, me speaking on anybody that got something between their legs that hang. You get what I'm saying? No homo. You know what I mean? And I shouldn't even have to say no homo for real, but on the laughter, you know what I mean, side of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. We gotta really stand for something, bro. You get what I'm saying? Because we kings. You get what I'm saying? And we definitely gotta, we gotta believe morals and principles. You get what I'm saying? That our ancestors, grandmothers and fathers, you know what I mean, grandpas left us. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of people forget that. You get what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Everybody got their own path that they gotta take in life, man. You know what I mean? I just want the best for that next man, that next woman. You know what I mean? But speaking for men for real, you know what I mean? Because we gotta establish, we gotta be more strong. We gotta do more better. You know what I mean? A lot of us we got kids, you know what I mean? If not one child, you get what I'm saying? So we gotta look at the bigger purpose. You get what I'm saying? Like in my music, you know what I mean? I said God gave me multiple choices. God gave me a lot of multiple choices. I'm just praying I pass this test. Even though I've been feeling disappointed and a mess, I ain't stressed. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, when I go through something, I want to know that I've learned whatever I went through. I need to learn something from that. You get what I'm saying? Because I know I just made them mad. You know what I mean? Or I just made them happy. You get what I'm saying? So I need to learn from my mistakes. You get what I'm saying? No matter how many times it take, you feel me? If we here to see another day, we got to be grateful, man. We got to be thankful for the little things in life. You know what I mean? Because the same way God gave it to us, He'll strip it from us. And I think everybody know that. Everybody got a testimony or, you know what I mean, a story to tell, you know what I mean, when it comes with that. So, yeah, music has helped me get through a lot, man.
Yeah, man, that's great, man. We're wrapping up here. I've been asking people, what's the best piece of advice that you've ever gotten?
Oh, man.
I know it's a tough one.
Oh, man. Nah, it's not because I just said that in my rhymes.
Hmm.
I said, the best advice somebody told me was to think twice.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Um, So the best advice is to think twice about a situation. You know what I mean? You always want to give yourself room to fuck up and give yourself room to you know what I mean, make it better. You know what I mean? So you don't want to give yourself room just to fuck up. You know what I mean? Because now you done did it. You know what I mean? Before you even saw that you did it. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Think twice. You know what I mean? Think twice about the situation, man. Whether if it's good or bad. You know what I mean? And know that, you know what I mean, it's always another day, man. It's always a brighter outcome, man. You know what I mean? It's really Russ, man. I'm coming to you live, man.
Really, Russ. Mighty, thank you so much for that gifted sub to Lurk Skywalker. You know what? That was gonna be my last question, but I just want I got one more for you. What is love to you?
Woo!
He said, "Woo." You did the Ric Flair for us. That was really Russ right there. Ric Flair.
Hey, man. love, man. Love is an abstract. You know what I mean? It's something that you can't see, but you definitely can feel it. You know what I mean? You can show love, but even when you show love, people still don't see it. You know what I mean? So love is an abstract. You get what I'm saying? Love is a strong word, man. Them 4 letters is a strong word, man. You know what I mean? It's just it go hand in hand with trust. You know what I mean? So I mean, love, man, is an abstract, man. You get what I'm saying? You know, and you just gotta know the people. You know what I mean? Everybody need love, no matter if it's a stranger, somebody on the street that you never even seen before, man. You get what I'm saying? That's what God gave us. That's why a lot of us still here, because God loves us. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I mean, love, man, is something that's just as strong as, you know what I mean, trust, you know what I mean, and being loyal. And it keep going, man.
Beautiful words to end on. Russ, thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate your time. And thank you for sharing your art and your music and your philosophies on life. I appreciate you. Everybody, make sure that y'all going and following Russ. I'm going to drop those links again.
Hey, man, follow me, man.
Follow.
You know me, man. I
Everybody.
ain't saying follow me, you know what I mean, for me to lead you. I'm going to let God do that. I'm going to forever mention that, man. But y'all can definitely follow me on Instagram. You know what I mean? You can follow me on Twitter. I mean, follow. I'm on everything.
Yep,
man.
Twitter, Facebook. Go get yourself
Facebook,
some.
Really Russ. Everything Really Russ. If y'all want to find me, just type in Really Russ, man. Right there. You know what I'm saying? Just type it in. REALLI.
There you go.
Yes, sir, man. I love y'all, man. So I love We Speak English Good, man. I had a hell of a time, man.
I'm glad you
man,
enjoyed it.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. Much love to you.
Appreciate you, Red. Everybody, give a round of applause for Really Russ. Thank you, Russ. Appreciate it. There goes Really Russ. There goes Really Russ. There goes Really Russ in DC. There goes Really Russ. There goes Really Russ. There goes Really Russ. Be real.
That was Really Russ. Everybody, make sure you go and check out his link tree. I dropped it in the chat and also in the show notes. So if you're listening to this on the audio, you better take your sweet ass to the show notes and get yourself some. All right, y'all. We are out of here. I'm gonna go eat some food and then